Alright, what is up people? This is Ishbu right back at you again with another HL analysis video. This time I'm going to be playing Anub'arak on Tomb of the Spider Queen, not Towers of Doom, sorry about that one. Tomb of the Spider Queen, so specifically I want to just address a couple topics. So first of all, just before we get into this, this is once again Masters slash Grandmasters HL. I'm queued as Anub'arak, and you can see my team comp and theirs. Once again, if I hit tab, you'll probably recognize a few of the names. I'm also going to leave up the chat in this game, which I usually don't do. Not because I'm trying to be toxic to any of the people on my team, but I just want to show you what the attitudes were like in this game, because I think a lot of it's going to seem very familiar to you. Now, going into this, there's going to be a couple topics I want to cover this game. One, obviously, I'm going to show you how I play Anub'arak, like that's just a given. But two, I want to talk about how to do rotations on Tomb of the Spider Queen. 3, I want to show how to do rotations as a tank player, specifically because a lot of people get very mistaken about what a tank should do on rotations, and I really want to make that covered. You'll see a little bit more of it in my tank guides, but this will probably give you a better demonstration than those. And then the final thing, I'm going to show you how to stop a throw. Specifically, at one point during this game, later in the game, my team is going to start stagger dying to Stitch's Gorge and Stitch's Hook, and it's going to look very bleak. We're going to lose 2 keeps. We're going to be down to 20. We're going to have 2 people dead during a spider. It's going to look terrible. I'm going to talk about it when we get there, but I specifically want to cover how to stop that throw from happening, because we were ahead most of this game until we start throwing to random picks and over-aggressive plays. So I want to talk about just mentally how to do it, and then mechanically, or I guess rather strategically, how do you stop that and how do you reverse the game from there. All right, without further ado, let's just go right into this game. So, just talking about early rotations, this is a 1-4 map. Typically, we're going to have our Thrall versus their Sonya bot lane, and we're going to have the 4-mans rotate between top and middle lanes, just trying to get as many gems as possible. Now, as a tank player, what you usually want to do is control bushes. These bushes, and the idea here is you can control these to get the rotation. You don't want to really be hitting the wave. You can go out and get the gems for your team, as well as the globes, because in this case we have 2 globe quests. HotS is going to take his globe quest in a second. There it is. But you're going to see me still controlling these bushes. Now, I think I'm going to make a play here just to try and win this first thing. We have 2 really good wave clear heroes, so we really want to be aggressive. Oh, no, I see Sonya bot. That's why I do this. So I see Sonya bot. I give a little bit of pressure just so we can win this rotation. Doing this pushes Gul'dan super far out. Now we win the rotation. We get 2 globes, and I'm going to stay behind to get all these gems. My team, however, should start rotating up. So enemy missed 3 gems because they over-aggressive cleared and then had to go. I stayed for these gems. It's going to put us a little behind on rotation, but as long as we don't die to a random hook like this, we're still fine on it. Enemy is super overextended at this point. I missed both my spells onto the Stitches. That's just embarrassing. Anub'arak is a very hard, has some very awkward skill shots, so don't feel too bad if when you're initially learning him, you're missing all your skill shots. The character does take some learning. Either way, our HotS and our Junkrat are destroying this rotation right now. They're all the wave clear we really need right now, so I'm just going to continue playing to the side and then going out and getting gems and globes when it's needed. Right now this is pushed out, the enemy can't stop, so I'm going to trickle my gems. Because we focused all our gems onto me, and I've gotten all 12 gems so far, I just get free 12 turn-in. Really want to emphasize this, when you have wave control, turn in your gems, don't try and get all of them in at once. Obviously, the later ones you can start getting more impactful, but do trickle in whenever you got the opportunity. As a tank, you will be collecting a lot of gems for your team like this. So right now, my team tries to make a gank bot on Sonya. This is not actually going to end up working out, but it is going to pressure this bot lane. Now, unfortunately, it also puts us behind in rotation. So when you are behind in rotation, I'm going to pause right here. When my HotS and Malfurion get back here, this wave's already going to be cleared. What you do when you get put behind in rotation, whether because you gank or you lose a person or something, is keep one person top, have them clear this wave, you clear this, the enemy's going to go top. As long as this person doesn't die till when the 4-man goes top, he can clear this safely, get those gems. Then, once the waves are neutralized, once both waves have been cleared, this person can now rotate back down, you can get your 4-man mid, and you can start your 4-man rotation again. I see a lot of people mess this up. They get behind on rotation, they try to rotate when the enemy already has their wave cleared, they just get fought, and then they don't get to top wave, they lose a person or something like that. If you are ever behind in rotation, leave one person top, reset your rotations after you've cleared both of the next 2 waves, okay? So you're going to see us do that, and we actually end up doing this pretty well, so I'm pretty happy with my team at this case. I see a lot of teams mess this up and as I said, die on rotation. Junkrat's a little overextended, and he really shouldn't have used his mine there aggressively. I probably shouldn't use my burrow here aggressively. Yeah, no, my Junkrat's really getting punished. He should not have used his mine aggressively when he was in a 1v4 situation like that. Either way, we're fine. Top wave is now cleared. Malfurion can heal this up. I'm just trying to block hooks. Okay, my team doesn't fully clear this, unfortunately, so I have to stay for this gem and this globe. But the second this is done, you're going to see me regroup on mid. Tiny bit behind on rotation, but not nearly as much as we were after the failed gank attempt. Hook, I need to go protect my Kael'thas. I don't go on the stitches, I go on the damage sources so that they won't be able to hit him. And just like this, we're back on rotation. This Hanzo's super chunked out. And we're back as a 4-man and we're winning rotation again. So I'm happy with this again. As I said, I'm going to be playing Bush. Specifically here, I was trying to cut off the stitches from getting angles on my back line. And because we've been winning rotation, because I've been holding this aggressive positioning, we've been getting double globes for a while. I'm really making progress on my Regen Master quest, and Kael'thas is really making progress on his Mana Addict. There's Sonya rotated mid, but we had people eye on people top, so I went aggressive. This is just going to make Sonya miss stuff bot. I try to get this extra globe, and I do. Yeah, I body block stitches off the globe, but they're a perk of having a giant hitbox like Anub'arak. I was able to just push him off it by standing on the globe. And as you see, I'm just trying to get vision for the rotation. I don't need to clear this. It's in a safe position. I'm just trying to get vision. We're a little behind on rotation again, but we have a lot of wave clear so we can regroup here. Stitches gets pushed bot. I try to stop him on this turn-in, but I'm too late. I realized too late that we pushed him directly in a position he wants to turn in. Still, we have turn-in now, 21 gems for turn-in. So what I want to be doing is trying to look for as many times as I can to like reverse a rotation or sneak a turn-in somewhere where the enemy isn't seeing me. Right now I need to play rotation. Malph's bot, so we don't get it on this. Here you're going to see me make a little bit of a weird play, but it makes sense in context. My team is killing this person. I don't need to kill them. I need to run top, make sure we don't miss this wave. My team will be able to catch mid after that kill. They don't need me for the kill. I need to soak top, and I need to stop this Hanzo from turning in. So I put a beetle on him so he can't turn in for free. I have vision, and I stay in range to soak this while I'm also in range to interrupt him if he starts. My team struggles a bit mid, but thankfully gets to turn onto stitches a lot. I now have solo turn-in. I have 18 gems, so I'm going to try and force a turn-in, or at least force them to respond to me so they're not hitting waves. Gul'dan sees me, so there's no point in trying to keep turning in. Junkrat gets a decent mine. I miss my Q again. Oh my god, I missed so many Qs this game. Why did I choose this game, man? But I missed so many skill shots. Anyways, enemy team's all rotating top as 4. Sonya's super pushed out. This is a great chance for me to sneak a turn in bot. All I need is my team to get one stall here. We don't end up getting it, but I end up getting my gems in before Deckard Kane, so we still get the turn in. Now, here's where a little bit of a disaster occurs. We try to go for this kill on the stitches, and we almost have it, and then our Junkrat mines him out. Add to that the fact that over here we had a death. So here's real disaster strike. For those of you who are wondering, like I talked about it, I think, maybe I didn't talk about it on the last video, deaths sometimes really don't matter if they're at the right time. In this case, this was a disastrous time to lose a person because our spiders haven't landed yet. Once spiders land, that's when, like, you can kind of get away with that type of stuff. But having a person die here solo, lose about 5 gems, it looks like, lose this wave, and then not have Kael'thas up for the push. Meanwhile, we didn't get the counter kill. This is really disastrous. So what this means is we're probably not going to get very much off this spider. Instead, we really need to push where the enemy isn't pushing. So if the enemy puts, like, Gul'dan, Hanzo mid, we need to pressure this top wall and just be satisfied with walls at this point. We're trying to get as much EXP as we can from wherever this like main push force is not, because we can't really challenge them with Kael'thas down now. So he died top. I need to go catch this wave. I believe, yeah. I try not to use my spells too often for wave clear, but in this case I wasn't trying to kill anything. So as you're going to see, I'm going to try and push out top. I don't really feel like we can defend mid. Like, this thing's already dead because of having to answer this. So I'm going to try and right now what I'm doing is I'm cutting off people from getting to top. If anyone tries to rotate through here, I'm just going to Q them and walk away and just slow them down. So we lost mid spider instantly, as I said, as we probably would, but top spider's still decently healthy. Kael'thas is back. Malfurion dedicates himself to pushing bot, which is probably fine. We're going to get bot wall off this, but this means we shouldn't play too aggressive top. We don't have a healer. This is a 3v4. We should just try to get whatever damage we can on the walls. Junkrat playing with fire right now, and he gets burned. Like, our Junkrat unfortunately played way too aggressively for being in a 3v4 without a healer. We're gonna get bot wall, we got a bit of top wall, and get, like, as you can see, we literally only got this bot wall from this push, and that's just because of the death timers. Like, very unfortunate times to be dying. Anyways, game's reset, Junkrat's down, bot's still pushing. This, unfortunately, it means they can get, yeah. They react too slow to this 4-man rotation. I don't remember if they die or not. Let's see. Yeah, looks like Thrall's gonna die. Oh, maybe not. Alright, Thrall gets away. Still, the enemy gets a turn-in for this. I probably should have been down here to watch this turn-in, but I was soaking waves at this point. Still, we have a lot of wave clear between Junkrat and Kael'thas, so we don't need to worry too much about that. This Sonya's gonna do the same mistake we did, though, and she's gonna go way too aggressive before the spiders land and throw, and I believe we actually might get another kill or two off of this. I'm just gonna let this play out because I don't actually remember how many kills we get in this situation. As you can see, I'm just posturing up to help wherever. Kael'thas is clearing waves, which is correct. Stitches gets mined. Now, the Stitches death is honestly going to be a lot better than that Sonya death was. The Sonya death was before the spiders land. This death, we commit 5 people to killing 2 people, and the spiders are pushing this whole time. So we get EXP lead, we get 10 before them. So it's still a bad throw. I'm not saying these deaths are good, but these deaths are a little bit more forgivable because look what's happening. Whereas our deaths prevented us from getting any wall or any pressure going, they've already got top wall. This full health spider's about to hit this wall, so that's going to be done. Sure, bot spider's probably dead, but they're actually going to get a fort out of this. So, like, obviously these deaths aren't good, but you need to temper your aggression. You don't want to go aggressive before the spiders land. You want to pressure waves out as best as you can, safely. And then the second spiders land, you can start going aggressive on the enemy, because if they counter-aggress on you, even if you die, it means they're not answering the spiders. So this is the difference between this death and like the Kael'thas death or that Sonya death. Because they're aggressing with the spiders during this time, and as I said, they're going to get this top fort because of it. Once again, the deaths still give us EXP so that they don't get a net gain. Oh wait, that was weird. So we don't get too much of a net gain, but right now, what we really need to be doing is just getting to top. I believe this Hanzo outplays our Kael'thas' career. This is just this Hanzo making good play. I missed my E, but I'm just trying to get in position. I'm assuming he's gonna jump over here, but he freaking outplays us and gets a 1-for-1 kill in a situation where he had no business doing so. I cocoon the Sonya specifically just to keep control of the situation. We don't have the cooldowns to keep fighting. I just don't want to get engaged on. Either way, just a good play by Hanzo. I misplay. I assumed he was going to try and jump over this wall, but he instead goes aggro and kills our Kael'thas. Either way, game's in a mostly even state. We're down a bit structurally, but Thrall's basically evening that out. Top's pushed out. What are gems like? Gems are low on our side, reasonable. But we already have half our gems turned in. Wait, are they? No, low on their side, pretty high on our side. So this right here, this is a good call to do hards right now. This is a good time to do hards. The spiders just died. We're pushing out things. We can't really push out as a force because Junkrat needs to answer top. Great time to do hards. I love this call. We can now have hards, push out mid, and then use that to get a turn-in on one of the two sides when the enemy is forced to respond to mid. We have turn-in and they don't, so that augments our play. We don't need to play aggressive into them right now because they don't have turn-in. We can play as safe as we need to. We can play until we have map advantages, and then we can move out because we have turn-in, they don't. And that's similarly why they couldn't answer us until, like, they couldn't start their hards until then. As you're going to see, even though, because they start this hards, they actually give us turn-in right here. Or at least give us most of it turn-in. So, pressuring Stitches just to get us this turn-in. I believe Thrall's going to go a little aggressive, forgetting that Stitches have Scourge here. Like, all over this is a crazy, crazy fight. Thrall goes over aggressive, forgetting Stitches has Gorge. He just gets Gorged. I webbed, the interesting interaction, web does send your person flying out of Gorge. Unfortunately, still dies. That being said, we got his gems, so not disastrous. I get hooked, but I'm fine. As you can see, I'm kind of just sitting at the back of my team trying to spit out beetles to eat hooks and stuff a lot of the time. Alright, pause right here. We still have turn-in. They do not have turn-in. They're beating us to 13. Map is generally in like a neutral position. Another side winning super hard. What we need to do right now is play super safe. Wait until all 5 members of our team are up, then move out as a team. We should not try to challenge them right now. We should not try to force a turn-in. We're not on a timer. They don't have turn-in. We don't have to force anything into them. We should play safe. Don't get hooked again. Let us get 5 up and then approach them as 5 again. We have the time to do that, and we should do that right now. We shouldn't fight them. So you're going to see us full disengaging. I believe, yeah, I'm just going to tap right here, try and get as healthy as I can. And I'm literally going to play behind my walls. Our Malfurion gets hooked, but because they don't have Gorge, she's safe. Or I think mostly safe. I'm pressuring up just to make sure Gul'dan can't step up on him and finish the kill. Thrall is back up, we're clearing waves. Our Kael'thas is a little unsafe, but he has to clear that easy wave. And as I said, despite the fact that we're playing safe, the enemy can't get any major advantages right now. Okay, now they're 13 to our 12. Once again, we have time, they still don't have turn, and we got a little small window here. We need to push stuff out while starting to look for maybe sneaking a turn in. Once we get map pressure, we can look for seconds. Okay, we see Hanzo top. This is a good time to try and force on bot. If they go on me, we're 5 and they're not 5. I should try and force on this. I think the Sonya does something silly and tries to stop me. Sonya goes over aggressive trying to stop me. If the enemy team is not as 5, if I can just stop her spins, we should be able to kill her. And we get a good combo. I even cocoon the Deckard Cain so he can't save her. I call my team back. There's no point in chasing this. We have a free kill right here. Tire, frankly, wasted. We didn't need the tire. Kael'thas gets cocooned, but I'm Anub'arak, so this is something you're going to see. Kael'thas is tanking right now, but I can put Beetles down to tank for him, basically being a de facto Sylvanas. I managed to stun out the Horrify again. The Horrify still comes out. Thrall at this point really shouldn't be looking to fight more. He should have run straight back to us instead of behind them and ends up dying because of the mistake. As I said, he goes over aggressive a little bit too much. But key there, Anub'arak's Beetle, when you do burrowed charge, his E, comes out at the end of the charge. So if I burrow into tower range, the Beetle will spawn there and it will start tanking for my teammate. So I got aggro off of Kael'thas. Alright. Honestly, slight mistake by me turning in right here, but not by much, as long as one of my teammates, probably Junkrat, goes and clears this top wave right now. The reason basically being is we need this cleared. We need this pushed out so that we can push together. Thrall is going to spawn about the time so that we can 5-man push, but as you're going to see, he can't come to us because we need to push this out and get this pushing. Had Junkrat gone right now and cleared this, like as I said, we don't want to be aggressive right now. We want to be clearing waves, and we want to make sure every spider is spawning as far up as possible. So we want Junkrat clearing this right now. None of my team is going to do this, and this is going to mean with Thrall when he spawns is going to have to clear this. This means we're not going to have 5-man middle for the mid push, and because of that, we're not going to get much mid. Now we are going to get stuff top later because this delayed spider gives us a surprise play on the enemy. This is just something I want to cover. I was actively pinging to my teammate, like, someone needs to clear this, guys. Like, please, someone go clear this right now before the spiders land. But no one does it. We sit mid and we throw spells at them, as is the DPS way. And, yeah, unfortunate. Either way, we're still going to get a good snowball off of this, and you're going to see us take advantage of the situation, even though it wasn't ideal. So as I said, Thrall's going to clear this. This means we are at best 4v4 here mid. We should not fight this. We should go for wall if we can safely, once we see Sonya especially. But we're not pushing with this. We're going to go to this top spider once this is down. So we're only going for wall here, and we're playing to not get hooked. So we get this cleared. We scare off Sonya a little bit, but this is really dangerous. Stitches can hook over here, and I'm like, ping my team, careful. If we get seen, we're getting hooked. Alright, we get mid-wall. So just pausing again, looking at the state of spiders. Sonya's going to have to clear this, but the spider's dead. We're not getting anything more with this. Mid-wall is basically dead. I can tank spiders, and we can kill these towers safely. Top spider, though. Top spider's still healthy. This wall's here, but the spider's healthy enough that we can make a play. The enemy does not full 5-man commit to top. We are finally as 5. If we can get our 4-man up here, we can dive this 5v4 because of Anub'arak's abilities. So, what you're going to see is the enemy undercommits to top, and we're going to punish them for that. So right now, the enemy should be going to top, and they should be going super safely. They should expect us to fight 5v4 right now. Unfortunately, they undercommit. I see this. The second this gate breaks, I'm going to look to dig on one target and cocoon the other so we can protect our play. So, there you go. I dig on Hanzo, and I cocoon the Gul'dan to make sure that this 4v2 becomes a 4v1 and to make sure we can't get horrified off. Slight overuse of skills, but we're still fine. I now want to deny these 21 gems. I unfortunately don't because my team's fighting. So, yeah, really shouldn't have gone on the Sonya. I should have just denied this Deckard from getting these gems. It's a mistake by me. Either way, we're all here. Spiders just died. Perfect chance to get boss. Also worth mentioning, we have a turn-in right now. So what we should be looking to do right now is boss and then immediately turn in as 5. In more competitive play, you'll see people hold the turn-in so that you can stagger. Oh yeah, Stitches kills himself right here. He face checks. Malfurion has good positioning and sees him in the choke. But what we should do is take this boss and then immediately go Spies to turn in. Now, Malfurion unfortunately makes a slight mistake. He's low on mana, so he decides to back instead of turning in his 26 gems. This means we're not going to sync up our boss with the turn-in, and this means whereas we could have gotten a keep before with a 16 advantage plus the boss plus the turn-in, the enemy's going to be able to clear our boss for free. Now, this is why you're going to see in competitive games people hold the boss. Instead, you hold it, cap, and then take the boss so that it goes with this goal at the same time instead of allowing the enemy to free clear it like this. Anyways, because Malfurion doesn't get the turn-in, we're back here, we're staggered, we can't really clear this up here. This is just a generally bad use of our thing. We don't get maximum value out of it like we could, and you're going to see things that go even worse. Like, as you can see, we're not S5 right now, and I believe Kael'thas is going to get cheese hooked by this Stitches right here. Yeah, this is just Kael'thas not respecting the hook. He should have gone the top side, and he ends up getting hook gorged. Alright. Bad situation. Kael'thas is dead. There's really nothing we can do to save him. We have spiders landing, but as I said before, people dying before spiders land means you can't really get full value. So what we should do, push out mid. We've already got top pushed out mostly. Basically, we once again want to push where they're not. The one thing we don't want to do is take a 4v5 team fight right now. We just want to push where they're not, get maximum map value, make them commit to one side of the map, then go to the other. Nothing we can do is going to save Kael'thas right here, so not even worth trying. Right. I'm trying to do spiders, beetles to get my team to move up to clear this, but none of my team want to. Gorge is down, so hook isn't nearly as scary. We see Sonya top, we see people bot. We should just be hard pushing mid. We should not be looking to fight them right now. We should just be pushing mid. Like, I don't know what my team is doing right now. All they're doing is trying to get hooked right now, it seems. As you can see, I'm a little annoyed by my team's positioning. I'm like, guys, we should be mid right now. Either way, we're going to go bot. We're going to try and get as much as we can of the wall. We're not going to get this wall, I believe. Actually, they overcommit a few people mid, so we might get this wall. I don't remember. We barely get this wall. Yeah. Oh, nope, we don't get the wall. Alright, now the enemy is 5v4. We're way overextended. We need to just be getting out. Arrow only hits me, thankfully. Cleanse was a little late. I'm gonna just cocoon this Sonya and just, like, try to get out. Junkrat doesn't travel with us. He should have come with us. He shouldn't have tried to tire. We weren't fighting. We were trying to get out. He should have just come with us and used his mind to get out. Unfortunately, he messes up and dies. Alright, this is where the chain kills start. Thrall's once again trying to do that thing where he's trying to fight people. He should just be running out. We're out. We should be behind our fort so we don't... Well, so that doesn't happen. Alright, we can't save Thrall. This is a 4v5. We don't want to fight. Let him die. We want to be getting map control. Enemy has turn-in now, so it's unfortunate. Ideally, I'd like to try and get Thrall's gems, but he's, like, not much I can do. Problem with Pyroblast right there. You stand still when you use it, so Kael'thas turns one death into two, unfortunately. And just like this, we are letting the enemy snowball on us. We haven't gotten a keep. We were ahead all of the game, but we've started the throw, and you're going to see it continue here. Now, this is what we need to be doing. You're going to watch what me and Malfurion do. Me and Malfurion play this correctly. Malfurion goes up here, which is a little unsafe if we didn't know the enemy was down here, and he's not going to leave mount. Meanwhile, I am literally standing behind my gate here. I'm not soaking this because I know the enemy's here. I'm standing behind my gate because this is the only safe place to be. Stitches has fishing hook. He's going to be looking for this. The enemy team is looking to just snowball hooks, and Junkrat gives it to him by stepping outside this gate. He accomplishes nothing by coming out here, and he only just, yeah. And so this is why I left on the voice chat. I'm sure you are very familiar with messages like this. The key here, at this point in the game, like, look at how badly the situation is. Spiders are about to land. We have 3 people dead. Thrall's about to respawn. Kael'thas soon to respawn. But we're going to be 4v5 defending this. Enemy's going to get 20 off this push. This is a horrible situation to be in. So I want to break this down what we should do right now. Key 1, no more deaths. Anyone else dies, this game might just be over. Stand behind your gate if that's what it has to. I clear this because I see the enemy mid. But stand behind your gates. Don't let any more kills happen. Get 5 people on the map from your team, then start doing stuff. I'll pause it again in a second to say what we specifically should be doing, but step 1 is always get 5 players on the map. Don't look to get value. Don't look to try and, like, get that one cheeky wave. Get 5 players on the map, then do things. Otherwise, you're just going to start staggering deaths out of control. Like, basically what happened. Anyways, at this point, we're just trying to defend as best we can. Kael'thas, thankfully, has some pretty good defensive spiders, so we're still good. That being said, Junkrat was half our defense too, and that's a problem. Kael'thas is going to come mid. Once this wall breaks, it's not going to be safe for him, so I'm just going to try and make it as safe as he can. Stitches has a really cheeky positioning, but this well is blocking him right now. I'm playing literally behind the well, in case you couldn't tell, so I can't get hooked. And this is why. Stitches throws out a hook, now we can move up. We're trying to do as much as we can without dying, so my team gets arrowed. I'm body blocking Stitches as much as I can to make sure he can't get to my team. I think Gorge is still down at this point. Yeah, it is. Alright, enemy's going to get mid. We now need to transition to bot. Do as much as we can safely. Thrall is doing the correct play. Thrall is pushing where they're not. He would not do anything where they are. He couldn't do anything as a melee hero. So he's doing the correct play. We're just trying to mitigate losses here without any more deaths. Anyways, as you're going to see... Alright, we finally have 5 players on the map. We are, however, down to 20. So it's kind of a mixed bag here. But the key here is the enemy is going to take this keep almost certainly at this point. What you'd ideally want to do is try to keep them here until you hit 20 off of all these extra waves and then fight. Like, hardcore force a fight. With 2 keeps down, you want to force a fight. Fortunately for us, the enemy is actually going to overextend. They're going to try to do too much with their 20 advantage when they could have just taken these keep, been satisfied, and then run to, like, boss or something, and then bait boss for the rest of the game. So what the enemy should do to snowball this game is, as I said, take this bottom keep, let bottom push in, go sit around boss, bait us into a fight, 19-20, and then just end the game from that. That's their play. They're not going to do that, however. They're going to try to push the game here. They're going to try and end with their 20's advantage, and it's going to bite them in the butt. We finally have 5 people, which means we can actually team fight, even down to 20. Not an ideal team fight, obviously. I'm going to cocoon just to get people out of this. The cocoon makes this a 5v4. No one breaks Stitches out of the web. Right now, we're at the point where we really don't want to take too much of this fight, only if they overextend. So they should be leaving right now. They shouldn't be continuing to fight. That being said, Hanzo gets, I believe, mined back into us. Perfect. Thrall barely survives, which is a great play. Sonya is staying here when she should be just trying to leave as fast as she can. Even with her Wrath, we have enough stuns to stop her spin. Alright, enemy shouldn't be turning around here. And Sonya is dead. They shouldn't be trying to save her. She's just dead. And they're going to, just like this, they're going to turn 1 kill into 2 again. We're going to kill Deckard. Remember that play I said they should be doing? Boss is up in 5 seconds. So what should we do at this point in the map? If you just look at the map, as I said, boss is spawning soon. We don't have turn-in. This is where a lot of lesser players would just go around and do nothing. They would say like, oh, let's go get bot camp. Let's go push out waves. Let's go get gems. Maybe try to get a turn-in. No. You have 2 keeps down. You are on a timer for the rest of this game. If the enemy does anything, like say the enemy literally just sits in these bushes and does nothing else, you have to check these because boss can end the game, right? So if you come up here, the enemy just runs away. They don't have to fight you. They run away. They do this enough times, katas start stacking in bottom, and the game's over because katas are now here. You have to send 1 person back, enemy gets boss for free. It's such a bad situation. No, we have 2 keeps down. We have a lead of 3 people. We need to set up a win condition right now. And my team's going to identify that correctly. So, at this point, our team is just... The second we see boss is up... Oh, yeah. We got the positive right here. And then finally, my team identifies the win con. We need to do this. That being said, we still have 2 katas here and 1 kata here. Now, 2 katas isn't a threat. 2 katas will die to a wave. 3 katas stacked will do core damage. So, Thrall really does need to end this. Or to clear this. Junkrat should not be clearing mid. Thrall's already got it. We only need 1 of these. I comment this. Only 1 person needs to be clearing. The other person needs to be on this boss. We don't want to risk losing this boss. We need to be taking this, and we need to push for the win with this boss. Stitches is in here having a good scouting position. That being said, it's not really going to reward him, and he honestly just shouldn't be anywhere near here, to be honest. Malfurion backs. That is super risky. Malfurion should not be backing right now. Malfurion should be with us right now. Alright, we checked the Stitches, and this is why I almost died to a dot. I actually used rewind to shield myself with my W and my E. That being said, now you're going to see Stitches and Gul'dan punished for their position. They shouldn't have been anywhere near, and it's going to result in 2 more kills, staggering the enemy team's deaths now. And yeah, Pyroblast is going to finish this up. Alright, so what should we do from here? As I said, we have boss pushing, but we're not with it right now. I'm low health. It doesn't matter. I have Regen Master, I have a Malfurion healing me, and the enemy now has 2 people dead. This Pyroblast is going to kill. So what do we do to win? What we do to win is we push here, we take this through his keep, and we just push to end, and we kill anyone who tries to defend, because 2 people are dead. What does the enemy do to win? They've got katas stacking bot. If this Hanzo and this, if they get players down bot and they get these katas on our core before we get to their core, they win. So the perfect split here is send one person back to defend and have 4 people push this in with the intent to end the game. So what you're going to see is us do exactly that. Thrall identifies it. He ends up backing. Great play by Thrall here. Sonya is way overextended because she really needs to push this. I don't actually remember if we kill her, but I at least get a lot of damage on her. Honestly, the Sonya kill doesn't matter. While she has Hardened and Wrath running, we're not killing her, so we're just playing this for keep damage. Hanzo does the exact play I just described, but our Thrall is here to respond, and he actually ends up 1v1ing the Hanzo. That was a desperation play by the Hanzo. I'm not really going to look into too much of that. Alright, we're finally on the core, and at this point, there's nothing the enemy team can do. It doesn't even matter if Sonya gets on our core with katas. We're already ahead of them. We got on core before they got on our core, which means the game is over in our favor. So at this point, it is a GG, and you're gonna see, I think there's a little bit more banter. Yeah, our Malfurion compliments me. It was kind of a back-ended compliment to the rest of my team, so I said like a GG to the rest of my team, because truth be told, everyone had some good and some bad moments that game. Alright, anyways, just a quick recap of what we covered in that game. 1, rotations on this map. As a tank, you are mostly there to control brushes and make sure your wave clear heroes can get to the waves. If you are a wave clear hero, clear the waves. Like, just do it. Don't make your tank go circle wave. Don't make your support use their spells to clear wave. Pick a hero that is a dedicated wave clear hero on this map, and you will always be rewarded. Just make sure someone else can be there to get the gems and to protect you to make sure you're safe. 2. Anub'arak just team fighting. Cocoon, who your team is not trying to kill. Honestly, ever since they've nerfed the range of Cocoon, it is much harder to always get it on the support, so don't feel like you have to. Sometimes it is just as worthwhile to Cocoon a frontliner, or Cocoon someone who has a counter-engaged spell like Gul'dan. A lot of times, like with Garrosh's, Cocoon the Garrosh, and your team can now get past him. Otherwise, Garrosh, you can't really get past a Garrosh. He'll throw and kill your team, basically. He'll just massive taunt your team if you try to get past him. So, that's really nice. Also, worth mentioning, if you ever Cocoon someone that's really far from their team, the enemy team can't break him out. You will always get full duration. And then final thing, how to reverse a throw, how to stop when your team is stagger dying. Get 5 players on the map, then look to do with anything. Don't greed. Don't look to push out that one wave. Don't try to get that one unsafe thing unless you see all 5 members of the enemy team on the map on the other side of the map. Do what you can, obviously, because you are in a desperate situation, but do not feel like you have to make a play until people are up. Don't just cruise and let yourself get chain picked, because then you're just adding to that chain. Alright. Hope that was made a little bit clear here, and I hope this game was a little bit of a difference. Less snowballing than my others, a lot longer of a game, and I hope it helped out a lot of people, gave you a lot of insight. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it, and have a nice day.